We're going to do lesson 90 of Nutting's first Latin reader. I'm not feeling my best today, so I might not go as well with going through this text, which I haven't read before, but we'll see how I go. So this is an earthquake in colonial times. I'll start with the Latin. I'll read the sentence, then I'll break it down and translate, and then I'll read the Latin again. We'll go through the whole text that way. Cum iam coloni plurimi Britanniam novan incolebat, olum noctu, dum homines fere omne somno gravi quiescunt, repente motus terrae maximus factus est. When many colonists were then living in, is this New England? Britanniam Novum, I think. Nova Britannia. New Britain. Oh, I've never heard it. Probably not here. Nova Britannia. And where would this be in? What do you call this place in English? New Britain. Goodness. Perhaps maybe it's New Britain? Who knows? When many colonists were then living in New Britain, or wherever this is, once at night, while nearly everyone was deep in sleep, suddenly there was a great shaking or movement of the earth. Sono horrendo ad auris audlato, coloni gravita permoti electis confestim exiliuerunt, tecta ratti undique labefactari, quin etiam erant qui timerent ne vinisset dies mundi ultima ad curte adesset. This horrible sound was carried to people's ears. People heard this horrible sound, and the colonists, greatly disturbed, immediately jumped out of their beds and got out of bed. Labefactari, is this slipping? I think lava has to do with slipping. Perfect passive infinitive. I didn't say those all the time. Of labefactari. Yeah, okay. Weaken, shake, cause to shake or totter, destroy, ruin. Okay. I see, so this goes with ratti, the thought. Thinking that the roofs everywhere were being shaken, destroyed, were tottering, were being destroyed. We'll come back to that. Quinetiam, I think quinetiam is something like moreover. I'm a little bit slower today. We'll try this one. Moreover, I think that will work. There were those who feared that the end of the world, ultima mundi, the day of the end of the world, the last day of the world, was coming, or that it was certainly here, that it was indeed here. When they heard this sound, the colonists were greatly disturbed and immediately jumped out of their beds, thinking that the roofs everywhere were being destroyed. Moreover, there were those who feared that the last day of the world was coming, or that it was indeed already here. Interim in mari nautae motum senserunt, credebantque navis suas in saxa abscondita dilatas esse. In agris atem boves cum mugitus maximos ederent, omnis in partes perterriti cucurrerunt. Meanwhile, interim, in the sea, sailors felt the motion, the movement, the shaking, perhaps, and they believed their ships, navis, as I think is a variation of naves, their ships, I think, were being carried, delatas. No, this is in Japanese. Motte kuru. What is the English? Being carried, probably. Carried, brought, carried down. Were being carried into abscondita, into rocks to be smashed up. Abscondita. The participle absconditus. Ah, concealed, I see, into hidden rocks. In agris autem boves, and in the fields, but in the fields, when the cows, the oxen, when they gave out, they lowed, they mooed, gave out big moos, they lowed loudly. Everyone, I think this is a variation of omnes. In omnis in partes, in every place, how they ran around, terrified. So meanwhile, in the sea, sailors felt the quake and believed their ships were being carried into hidden rocks. In the fields, the cows, when they gave out big moos, when they lowed loudly, rushed everywhere, terrified. Quidem confurmant, setum vidisse ignem per terram currere, ac carte quodam loco erat terra hiatus, es qua pulvis levis fumo simul aliquam dio efferebatur. Some some people claimed, probably, that they then saw fire running through the earth, coming through the earth, maybe like lava, and certainly in a certain place, and indeed perhaps in a certain place there was, is this a break in the earth, like a crack in the earth, an opening? An opening, a gap, cleft, from which pulvis is that embers? I think it's embers. Pulvis. Ash, probably. Dust, powder, ash. Light, similar to smoke, like smoke, for a while was being carried, probably through the air, maybe raining down on them. This sounds a lot like Pompeii, doesn't it? Carry, produce, emit, spread. Probably carried up. There was, from this opening in the earth, light ash, similar to smoke, was coming up. Diebus proximis complures consecuti sunt motus, sed minores, mutique homines qui ad hoc religionem spreverant, propter timorum ad cultum deorum se converterunt. In the following days, many, let's say earthquake tremors probably, followed, but smaller ones. Many people who until then probably spurned religion, did not take religion seriously. Spreverant. Spurned religion, perhaps. Who rejected religion, spurned religion. On account of fear, were converted to the devotion towards the gods, became converted to worshipping the gods, probably. Something along those lines. I think it's worship, yes. Traditum quoque est, aquam cuiustam fontis, qui terrae motu humi depressus erat. Postea hieme interum claciam factam esse, quamquam antie omni tempora anni uberius fluere consuere erat. Okay, I'll translate that in the next video, and then I'll go through the Latin of the whole lesson without translation.